Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is unfortunately the last full day on the cruise ship, but I thought I would do something a little bit special and walk around the entire ship and show you what all the ship has to offer. I think after spending 7 days on board, I'm getting to be quite the expert, and especially since this is not our first time on the Oasis class ships, but indeed our first time on Harmony of the Seas, and it has been spectacular. So I want to show you what the ship has to offer, and I figured I would take you from the bottom up because I think the higher up on the ship we go, the more things there will be to see and for us to do. So I will start by going all the way to the deck number 3, I believe is the first one where there's something to show you. So let's go. So deck number 3 is quickly covered. It's basically just the American Icon Grill, which is a big restaurant here at the back of the ship. Other than the restaurant, then there's just some conference rooms, but the ship has a 3-story main dining room, and this is one of them, the American Icon Grill. So now we came one deck up on the same side as I showed you the American Icon Grill, and here at this level it continues with the main dining room, but in this case this is called the Grand Restaurant. So it's the same dining space, it's just divided into 3 different levels and kind of 3 different themes of how the interior is decorated. And then if we continue past the restaurant, then there's one of the specialty restaurants here, which is Izumi, and it's one of the very popular ones on board. It's hibachi and sushi. So now the restaurants are behind me, and if we continue this way, we enter the casino. And the casino also I love on the Oasis class ships because it's only smoking on one side. So there's one side that's smoking. I'm now walking through the non-smoking side, so it's always nice. You can play some of the slots or the tables and you don't need to come out all smoky if you're a non-smoker, or if you really like to smoke while you gamble, then there's also a side for you. And this casino is huge. As we leave the casino, it'll be a bit dark, but here's the art gallery on board. There's beautiful works of art here. They have some art auctions and things like that on board as well on certain days. But that's the way out of the casino. You walk through this art gallery, and then we are in an area that has some venues. So first here, there's the Studio B, which is the ice skating rink. They have like a full ice rink. They have ice shows, people skating. It's an amazing show and something you wouldn't expect to find on a cruise ship, I think. Behind me is the Diamond Club, which is for Diamond members. We would have access there as well, but I'm not going to go in and disturb the guests enjoying their breakfast there now. And then here is the attic. It's also not open at the moment, but it's basically a venue where they have a bar. They have some stand-up there. We've gone to watch it there, so it's just a nice smaller kind of theater area, smaller stage, perfect for stand-up or some smaller shows where you don't need the big theater. Then if we continue on deck 4, there's some art. We also have jazz on 4, which is the jazz club. There's some music here every now and then, and some other shows. And then finally on deck 4, when we get to the other side, we find the Royal Theatre. The Royal Theatre is also on 2 levels. This is the lower level of it. And let's go take a look. So this is the entrance at the lower level. You have stairs that you can go up on both sides to get to the upper level. But this is a huge theater. You would never imagine that you're on a cruise ship when you walk in here. So big theater. There's a full upstairs, the downstairs area, big stage. And as you can see, currently with the social distancing restrictions, they've blocked off every other row, which once again means that if you want to see some specific shows on board, make sure to book your seat in advance, just to make sure that you get a space. You don't want to end up missing your favorite show because of the restrictions on how many people they can take into the theater at a time. So that was deck 4. Let's head up the stairs through the Royal Theater to deck 5, and there we have plenty to see because that deck includes the Royal Promenade. So let's go. I'm now at the upper level of the Royal Theatre. It's at the front of the ship. So when we started on deck 3 below, we were at the back of the ship. We've now made it to the front, and I'm going to start walking towards the back of the ship. But before we take a look at the Royal Promenade, which is where a lot of things are happening, let me show you the running track, which is also here on deck 5. So the Royal Theatre is here at the front. If we walk out to the side, there is a running track that goes all the way around the ship. So here you can see it goes around this way and all around the ship. I think if you do 7 laps, it's about 5 kilometers, and I've done that running track a few times this cruise just to try to burn off all of the calories from the delicious food on board. But that was the running track. Royal Theatre is behind me. Let's go forward to the Royal Promenade. First off, there's Boleros here to my left, which is like a salsa club. There's some live music there, beautiful drinks, a really fun place to hang out. And then we have On Air, which works as kind of a karaoke club, and they have some other activities and sports events and everything going on here. In some of the other Oasis class ships, they've refurbished this area as a full-on karaoke bar, but this one is still On Air. Then if we continue, we have this like weird head twisty statue that I find very creepy, right? It's very creepy. I don't know. I don't really enjoy it, but now as I walk through the Royal Promenade, I will put some music on because I don't want to get copyrighted on YouTube for the music that's playing in the background because I don't own access to it. So I'm just going to pop some music on and I will show you all of the venues that we have here, and I'll give you a short explanation once I'm outside where there's no more music. So that was the Royal Promenade. Lots to do there always, something for everyone. I love especially the pub and the pizza. Those two places I visit a lot during the cruise. Hello! I found Jackie!
Hi, good morning!
I'm giving a ship tour. I'm trying to remember all the places. So that was Jackie, she's our concierge. She has been amazing. This cruise wouldn't have been the same without her. And now the Royal Promenade is behind me and we are finally at the last level of the main dining rooms, which I was showing. First we had the American Icon Grill, then we had the Grand Restaurant, and now the last level is Silk. So that's here. I can't go in because it's closed for now, but that was deck 5. So plenty to do, some sports with the running track, some pub, some pizza, some snacks, and then one of the main restaurants is here. Always a fun place, always something going on throughout the day. But now it's time to head back upstairs to deck number 6. The main thing on deck 6 will be the Boardwalk, where we will go very soon. But first, behind me, there's the photo area. That's where you can go purchase photos that you had taken of yourself during the cruise. You can look at the digital copies and then purchase either digital or printed out copies for yourself, which is very popular. And then on my other side is another one of my favorite places, which is the Schooner Bar. Let's go take a look. So first, there's the loyalty desk for all of the Crown and Anchor people. And then here in the pub, Schooner Bar, very traditional, typical bar aboard all of the Royal Caribbean ships. Nautical themed, as the name tells you as well, and really gives that kind of classical cruise vibes to me. You have all of the very traditional decorations everywhere. And I have to say, one of the best bar selections on board any ship. So if you're looking for something special, the odds are that they will have it here. So just a tip for you. This is also a venue where they hold a lot of the trivia. There's also usually a live piano player in the evenings. They'll do sing-alongs or just some general music. A really relaxing place to hang out and have a drink in the evening. But now for the main thing on deck 6, which is the Boardwalk. Let's go take a look at what we find there. It's definitely one of the most fun places on this ship. When we enter the Boardwalk, you will see the dog house on the left-hand side. There you get all day hot dogs once it opens up. I think it opens up usually at noon. You have the carousel, which I think is spectacular. I mean, how many times can you say that there is a carousel on board a cruise ship? Then we have a Starbucks coffee, and then we have to say hello to Zoltar. I might have to come say hi to Zoltar later to see what my future holds after our cruise ends. So sad. See you later, Zoltar. If we continue down the Boardwalk, there's some more shops here, some like more beachy clothing. There's also the arcade for kids and adults alike. Arcade. And then on the other side, there's also some further shops. The shop is where you can find all of the Royal Caribbean themed souvenirs if you want it. And then to my right-hand side, we have Sabor, which is the Mexican restaurant on board. We have never eaten here, which is surprising because we love Mexican food, but we have definitely tried out the bar. Great tequila drinks, great margaritas there. And on my other side, we have Johnny Rockets, which is also for an extra cost But as a pro tip, breakfast is free at Johnny Rockets. So if you want a typical American breakfast, you can go here for free. It's included. And then at the end, well, first off, we can see where you come out of the ultimate abyss, which starts off, I think, 10 decks up higher. So you come and you end up here. It's a dry slide, so it's not a water slide. And then at the very end of the boardwalk, we have the Aqua Theater, which is just an amazing space. So here, it's currently covered up, but there you have a pool area where they do all kinds of acrobatics, all kinds of tricks. They have jumping boards at 3 levels, so even up there, you have 2 jumping boards, and they have to try to make it into that small area there. The shows at the Aqua Theater are spectacular. I have loved them so much. It amazes me how much they can do aboard a moving vessel with very limited space, and the seating here is plentiful. They also have some midnight movies, or like some evening movies that they show on the screens here, which you can also enjoy. And then if we take a look, there's also the rock climbing walls here on both sides. So you have access to the rock climbing from here. All right, that was the boardwalk on deck 6. This was obviously the aft of the ship, so at the very back. Let's go check out what is on deck 6 at the front of the ship. Okay, so now I'm at the opposite end of the boardwalk on the front of the ship. The Vitality Spa is actually over 2 stories, and this is the first story of the spa. I'm not going to go in there so I don't disturb any of the customers enjoying their spa treatments, but this is where you will find the spa. And from deck 6, from the Vitality Spa, we are now skipping straight to deck 8 because deck 7 is only staterooms, so it's only cabins, nothing else in terms of something to do. So we are now in Central Park, which is an actual park on board this cruise ship. It's spectacular. There are live plants here. There's some restaurants, there's some shopping, everything you can imagine. So let's go take a look at Central Park. The Vintages, which is the wine restaurant, wine and tapas bar. After that, you can see Jamie's Italian, which the Jamie's Italian restaurant still exists on the cruise ships. I believe on land, they don't have any more Jamie's Italian existing. So if you are a fan of Jamie's Italian, come on board and you will find it here. If we go on the other side, you will see there's some shops. So some watch shops, they have Hublot, and then they have Bulgari, Cartier, Omega. If we continue forward, one of our favorite places is the Park Cafe. They have fun, light lunches, they have salads, sandwiches, and they have the Kummelweg sandwich, which is a very popular one, and you can find it here for lunch. And then if we continue forward, there's the Central Park bar, which I think is called Trellis Bar, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Trellis Bar. And you have some seating as well. Beautiful plants all around you, greenery. You can really find some great spots to come and relax. And then if we continue past Trellis Bar, then you have the upper station of the Rising Tide Bar. So this bar is actually a bar that floats up and down between the promenade where we were earlier. It's down there where you see the lights, and it comes up to Central Park. You have a full bar there, you can enjoy some drinks and a beautiful up and down movements of the bar. It's just another thing that who thinks to put an up and down moving bar on a cruise ship, but here it is ready for you to enjoy. Next to the floating bar entrance, you then have Chops Grill, which is the steak restaurant. It's for an additional cost, as was actually Jamie's Italian as well. Chops Grill, and then you have on the other side one of our favorite restaurants, again for an additional cost, but it's 150 Central Park. And here you have just the most amazing Chateaubriand. They make tableside drinks, just everything. I would say if you want a fantastic restaurant, something a little bit extra special, maybe for an anniversary, maybe for a birthday, or you're celebrating, go here. It is definitely worth the extra cost. But to be honest, I mean, all of the food on board is nothing to complain about. But that one we've been really, really happy with. We tried it for our wedding cruise. We celebrated after we got married there, and it was just the perfect evening. Then as we leave Central Park, we come to Dazzles, which is a venue where they have also some live music and other events. A very beautiful space. And this space holds a special place in my heart. This is the venue where my husband and I got married. Not on this ship, on Oasis of the Seas, but they have the same exact venue. We walked down this very aisle up to the window where the captain married us. So this one is a very sentimental place for me. So let's go take a look. Beautiful views down to the boardwalk, and it is a 2-story space, so it's absolutely beautiful. If there's a band playing, if there's some dancing going on, you can watch all of that also from upstairs. So now we continue upstairs all the way to deck 12, because the rest of the floors up until deck 12 are only cabins, so nothing to show you there. But on deck 12 we find one of the most creative specialty restaurants on board, which is Wonderland. So let's go check that out. So here's Wonderland. Their slogan is imaginative cuisine, and the restaurant is kind of like going through the rabbit hole. The whole theme of the restaurant is kind of themed with Alice in Wonderland. They have like a very creative menu. I have to admit that I haven't yet tried Wonderland. Maybe someday I can go there and taste the food. Absolutely stunning place, and it's actually 2 stories as well, so you have dining with boardwalk views on the lower level. Now, because of the Central Park being on deck 8, it actually is open space all the way up to the top of the ship, so there's nothing really here in between. On the other side, at the front of the ship, there is the Adventure Ocean, which is the kids club. I'll show you that once we get on that side, but first let's take a look at what we find on the pool deck. All right, so we're at the back of the ship. Here you have a model of our beautiful Harmony of the Seas, but of course the main event is the pool deck. So at the back of the ship, you have all of the fun and action that you might want to do, especially for teenagers. I can imagine that this is a really fun space. I have to admit, I've tried them all out as well, so age is definitely not a restriction to have fun here. take a look. So first we have the mini golf here, which you can request the balls and clubs for. There's also the zip line here, which goes all the way across the boardwalk. Let's take a look. So the zip line leaves from here, it travels all the way across here and ends over here with views down to the boardwalk. Just amazing. And at the back of the ship we have the Flow Rider, which is the surf simulator, and then we have the Ultimate Abyss, which is a slide that goes all the way down to the boardwalk where I showed you earlier. And this is actually one of the best places for views as well on the ship, because you can see all the way behind, all the way to the horizon. Absolutely stunning views here. And on the other side you have another Flow Rider. Then on the opposite side where we had the mini golf, then you also have a basketball court or a sports court. They have everything from basketball to pickleball happening here. Hey, good morning. Now as we're heading towards the main pool deck area, you also have a small restaurant here, which is Mini Bites. That's included, but it's not open very often, at least on this cruise. It has been closed on all of the port days. So now today it's a sea day. Hopefully I can test that out later, because it looked like it had some fun and easy snacks, perfect for a pool time snack. And now as we enter the main pool area, we start off with the kids Splash Away Bay, I think it's called. So here, really fun area for kids to enjoy. There's some slides and other perfect activities for the smaller kids. There's also a hot tub here, so if parents want to hang out in the hot tub as they watch their kids, they can do that. One of many pool bars is also here. And then on the other side of the kids area, you then have the sports pool. So there, sometimes they'll have beach volley, water volley, and then there's another hot tub there. If we continue onwards, we find two more pools and more hot tubs. So a hot tub and a pool on each side. I will give you a better shot of the pools as we head up to the next deck. And then of course you see the very breathtaking water slides. Those are so much fun. So before I head upstairs to take a look at the views and show you a shot of the pools from above, let's take a look at the Solarium, which is the adults only area on board. It's a nice area to do some lounging. There's also a couple hot tubs in there. So let's go take a look. So the Solarium area is actually quite big. It's over 3 stories. At the top you have the bar area and some sun loungers. Here in the middle you have the hot tubs and again more loungers. And then if we head downstairs, again another hot tub.
Good morning, Armory on the Seas, Jordan everybody.
But here on the bottom level of the Solarium you will find some of the most spectacular places for views. Let's take a look. If you walk all the way to the side of the Solarium, at the lowest level of the Solarium, you will find entrances to the bridge wings. And you have one on each side of the ship. And here just, unblocked views, and you even have this fun little see-through platform here so you can see the ocean as it passes by right below your feet. And you can also have views of the helipad, which is fun. And as you can see, we are at the very front of the ship. Great views. I can highly recommend. I think this is very popular for like sailaways. When the ship is leaving port, you can get great views from here. So you can find that at the lowest level of the Solarium. And now we are almost done with the tour of this beautiful ship. Still have a couple things to show you. So here, right in front of the Solarium, actually on both sides, you will find these hot tubs that protrude out the side of the ship. So there, when you are sitting in that hot tub, you can have views all the way down to the ocean, which is beautiful. And now, before I hop on to deck 17, I promised to show you the Adventure Ocean, which was the kids area. So it's right down here. All right, so we're again back down one deck, right below the pool deck on deck 14. You have Adventure Ocean, which is the kids club. Now, I won't go in there because of the current restrictions. I don't want to create any unnecessary traffic there, but this is where you would find the kids club. So now all we have left is deck 16 and 17. So let's go check it out. Okay, so on deck 16 now, behind me is one of the Solarium levels. And then if we continue forward, we can get beautiful views of the pool deck. And there's also the entrance to the suite sun deck here, which you can see behind me. I will link the video right up here for you guys where I did a tour of the suite deck, so you can check that out if you want to see what the suite pool deck looks like. I won't go there now. We can now see the slides on my left-hand side, and then I can show you a quick view of the pool area, which is beautiful. So all together, 3 big pools, and then lots of hot tubs surrounding all of the pool areas. Other than that, deck 16 is mainly sun loungers, and you can have beautiful views of the ocean. And then there's also one pool bar up here as well, which looks to be opening as we speak. So a nice place to catch some sun and some views and just take a look at the activity down on the pool deck. But if we continue going to the very back of the ship, that's where we will find the main buffet on board the ship, which is the Windjammer. So let's go take a look at that. And then the only last thing is then the suite lounge up on top in the crown area. All right, so here, quick view, there's the Windjammer. It actually goes all the way across the whole back of the ship, a nice big area. Plenty of food to choose from. There's always something for everyone. So the buffet is a great choice when you want something quick, something easy, and it's open at the moment for breakfast and lunch. Because of the lower capacity on the ship right now, the Windjammer unfortunately is not open for dinner, but dinner is then available in the main dining rooms, or then if you want something more casual, you can hop over to Park Cafe or Sorrento's for pizza. So you will definitely not go hungry even without the Windjammer. And then the last place, which is on deck 17, is then the suite lounge and the suite dining area, which is Coastal Kitchen. I will also link that video right here for you guys. I've taken a small tour of that area in my earlier daily vlogs. So if you want to see what that looks like, I will show you that to you there. But for now, this is the end of the tour. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you saw just how amazing this ship can be. There's so much to do, something for everyone, and maybe I have been able to give you a better idea why we love cruising so much. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye guys.